Our last guest is a 33-year-old Ryerson graduate who is a faculty member now. He has more than 18 publications and patents to his name. Last year, he was honored by MIT as one of the world's top innovators under age 35. The Smithsonian also ranked him as one of the top 6 innovators to watch for 2013. Most recently, Forrester Research highlighted his technology as a platform to build intelligent mobile applications. And today, he is going to present that technology right now. So please welcome the founder of Flybits, Hossein Rahnama.
Thanks very much, Sheldon. Appreciate it. If you think about how you're using your mobile devices these days, it's very similar to how you use your stationary machines, such as laptops and desktops. You're still searching for the information. You go on Google, you type queries, and you find information that you think are relevant for you. But when you're on mobile devices and you have a limited screen size, you have limited battery power, you have fluctuating bandwidth, not on Rogers, you want the information to be there when you need it. You don't want to search for it. Based on who you are, where you are, and all the contextual information around you, you want the information to show up, you click on it, and it's there for you. Think about a university that students go to their classroom, suddenly their lecture notes will pop up, and the professor will walk in, and they will get the lecture note, which is connected to the projector. Think about a hospital that the same application can navigate a patient or a doctor to where they are supposed to go and connect them to their doctor. If you're using Go Transit, we have built an application for them called Go Mobile, which is using the same system that I will be showing it to you here. Now, in order to make that happen, a lot of companies out there are imposing infrastructure and proprietary hardware installation to be able to create these smart spaces. What we have done at Flybits, we have created a software as a service platform that you can basically select anywhere in the world, rely on the operator's networks there, and turn buildings, rooms, airports, train stations smart using a visual interface without any coding or any particular hardware deployment. So what I would like to show you now is that on the right-hand side, you see a browser-based management console that can allow you to map the world. And on the right-hand side, you see the experience of a mobile user. It's very simple to select a mapping engine, choose a building or a location that you're interested in, and start building a zone around the area that you're interested. Now, zones in the context of Flybits are geofences that are associated with rules, logics, and semantics. So when you bring a mobile device in their proximity, your phone will understand how to behave. It will know this is an airport, I should behave this way, or this is a hospital, I should adapt accordingly. Now, what my colleagues are doing now on the backstage is that they are building a zone on top of where we are, and we are going to turn this building and this event into a smarter and more context-aware environment. And for those of you who have downloaded Flybits, you can actually interact with my colleagues on the backstage. So what my colleague just did, he created a zone called the Empire Club of Canada Zone. It suddenly popped up on my screen. So think about this as an app store, but it's a decentralized app store which is allowing this building to act as a centralized repository and give applications and services which is relevant to people. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect to the zone. Immediately there, it shows me that there are 14 people connected to this zone at the moment with their phone, how many views we have had, and by clicking on that, we will be able to see those of you who are connected. Now, I don't have any particular deployment here. It's just relying on our Wi-Fi network and other telco operators' network. Now, let's say I want to send a video or audio or a CAD drawing or a database file to all of you here in the audience. All we got to do is to select from a template that we have created, choose the template that we are interested in, drag and drop it to this location, and it will suddenly pop up on all of your screens. So in this case, we are dragging and dropping a video, searching a media repository. In this case, we are choosing a video from an Empire Club of Canada. I'm actually receiving a message from someone, from Harlan Nelson, that this is very cool. Thank you. And now what happens is, by publishing that service, it will immediately show up on my screen on the left-hand side. So if you look at the iPad, it's there. I click on it. The video will run right away. And by playing on it, by clicking on play, I will start capturing on who's watching this video, how many views that I've had, what are the demography of the people that are watching that, and I will capture that right away in real time based on the protocol that we have created. So those are the data that you can capture from that. Now, you can do the same thing with any data structure. For example, a web page. All I got to do, drag and drop a web page, point it to a URL, select an area of the picture, and again, push it to people in the audience. All right, so now paste it and publish the service, and again, it should show up on my screen. So again, if you look at the iPad, it's there. If I click on it, it shows up. Now, think about the paradigm shift here. I'm not searching. It just pops up based on who I am, where I am, and what types of services that I'm looking at. Now, I can apply that to Twitter feeds, to Facebook pages. So if you don't want to confuse your audience with different social media channels, bring them all under the umbrella of a zone, and you can update that over the air, and all of that will take place under the structure of a zone right there. Let's say you want to associate timestamps to these services. Think about a mall that they want a promotion to go live within a particular time to a certain group of people. All they do, they associate a timestamp to one of the services, and they'll say probably this promotion is valid from this time to this time. The moment that they add the timestamp, that service will be removed from my handset, as you can see it here, because the timestamp is not valid. But if they delete the timestamp, it will start to show up again. Now, think about these use cases. At a university, we have students, we have professors, we have staff members, we have engineers. We want all of them to have one app, but when they come to the campus, all of them should get the relevant apps and services on their handset. All you gotta do is to associate roles and identities to your zone, which you own, so think about as a real estate. You can add people from a social network such as Facebook or LinkedIn or your enterprise social network, add them to your role, and then based on the role, which could be a self-identification from the phone or managed by the zone owner, each person will get the most relevant application on their device. So in this case, my colleagues can add me to one of the roles, which I'm not part of. You'll see that it will be removed from my handset. They will add me back to that role, and it will pop up on my screen again. So now they add me to a role that I'm not part of. Now they added me again, and it shows up again. Another component that we are focusing a lot on is on business intelligence and analytics generation. So if these zones that I show you can act as analytics vacuums that you can deploy anywhere in the world, you can actually monitor what's happening. If you look on the right, you can capture all sort of analytics in terms of what's happening in these areas in real time. How many people are connected, what types of services is being used most, what demography is looking, what type of services and their preferences, and they are all real time. So just to see how responsive it is, if you look at that pie chart there, I can click on it, and that value will get incremented in real time with no delay. Now imagine that you can deploy all of these across the world, so each shop, each store, each brand, or even each house can have a zone that can allow these geographical spaces to communicate with each other. This is the same type of an application that we are working with our friends at the City of Ottawa to turn Ottawa into a smart city. We are working with our folks at Metrolinx to make intelligent transport systems and context-aware transit in Ontario a pioneer in the field. We are working with a partner in Japan, in Tokyo, to turn Tokyo into a smart city, so when people walk around, they can discover things that are most relevant to them. And one of the recent projects that we just secured is actually is with a telco in Europe, is for the Premier Football Club in England. So when fans go to a football club, they can actually interact with the game, they can look at different camera feeds, they can share things with each other, and it's a recent project that we started recently. Our vision at Flybits is that if web pages were the founding blocks of the internet probably 20 years ago, we want zones to be the founding block of the mobile internet, which is emerging, especially the industrial internet. And we are very proud that this is happening in Toronto, in Ontario, and we are very pleased about the support that Ryerson have given us. Thank you.
So Hossein described one application, and it's for a soccer game. And as I understand it, if I've got it right, that at a certain point, the fans at the soccer match hold up their phones, and then what's sent to their phones is cheers for that team or something of that. How many people know where I'm going? Well, you probably don't know that 46 years ago today, there was a celebration in Toronto. This was the celebration of the Leafs' last Stanley Cup win. 46 years ago today, less 1 week, somewhere below us, the Leafs had won the Stanley Cup. So rather than talking about soccer matches, I wonder if there's something that we could do that is more relevant to this building and today's game that the Leafs will be playing.
Sure. So what we can do to cheer the Leafs for tonight, I can ask my colleagues to drag and drop a Go Leafs Go chant to the crowd. If you have the app, you can have it on, and we can all chant for the Leafs. All you got to do is to connect to the Empire Club of Canada zone. I can make it auto-run, so it runs automatically on your system, but because we value your privacy, we want you to click on it. And whenever you're ready, that video should have been shown up on your phone. Let's just click on it together. Are you all ready? 1, 2, 3. Should happen soon. If I have audio. Thank you.
You got to have some fun.